Hi everyone, this is Connie J. Pack, and I am pumped. I just got done with a 7-day virtual summit hosted by the lovely Daniela Nica, who put together this event called Monetize Your Genius. You have to take a look at some of the lineup of people that were on this summit. It was amazing. And I feel so honored that I got to be a part of it, to even do 2 sessions where I spoke about funnels and I spoke about Facebook ads. And there's a section of funnels that I was super excited to share. And I thought that that could be something I can share with you guys here today. So I grabbed a clip of that presentation because the slides and everything look super cool. And I really wanted to share that with you on this channel. So let's take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing a review of the customer journey, which I'm sure a lot of us have heard. But what I like to do is kind of use this analogy of the love relationship, because it's something where you can kind of relate to personally, right? So your customer journey is kind of like a love relationship. You might find someone on Coffee Meets Bagel or something, and you're interested in meeting that person, so you swipe left, right, up, down. I'm not sure. I haven't had a first date in 20 years, so however you let them know that you're interested, and then you have that first meet and you become acquaintances. You officially become acquaintances, and you're getting to know each other, maybe over coffee, maybe over dinner, and let's just say you hit it off. That's when you are able to take it to the next level. Now you become friends. And so now you are starting to get to know each other. So what do you like? What's your family like? Where are you from? What high school did you go to? This is where you really start to get to know that person. And so as a coach, this would be very similar to maybe that potential person that just met you at the acquaintance stage, start following you on social media, and they start liking when you share a story and you share a post. This is where that engagement starts to happen, because they're following you, they're starting to like the message that you give. And then you get to the dating phase, and so now you're growing to like them. So I enjoy being around this person. So maybe you officially say, hey, will you be my boyfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? Maybe there's a moment of that. From your business perspective, this is where you are going to start investing more time. So maybe some of these people who have been following you, liking you on social media, suddenly they're going to your events. If you recommend an event, they're coming to your event. Maybe they're coming to the summit. Maybe they're coming to your webinar. Maybe you're putting together some free training and they're coming and engaging with you there. They're investing their time with you. And that's when you know that they really are starting to like you even more. Everyone's time is so precious, and then when they invest that time with you, that's something to be valued. And then lastly, of course, once you have your full trust in that significant other, you decide to get married. You know that they have your back. You know that they have your best interest. The same thing with your customers. At this point, they have now pulled out their credit card. They're willing to pay for your next course, your next mastermind, mentormind, your next program, whatever it is, they're willing to invest and follow your lead. And this is when you have the full trust. So this is the customer journey. I'm sure we all have heard variations of this and know a little bit about this already, but here's a question that I want to ask. So based on this funnel ladder, where would you start building your funnels? Wouldn't it be natural for us to just start at the acquaintance?
Yeah, it sounds like it would, right? To start at the first level.
Right? That would be something you would think about naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me share with you, here's a little sample of what maybe a funnel ladder would look like for a speaker or coach. So yeah. Immediately, if you're just starting out, you're going to think, I'm going to start with step 1 and just start building things out starting from step 1. But I wanted to challenge you. This is where most people get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why. there's a customer journey, but did you know there's a marketer's journey? And so what is a marketer's journey? So as a marketer, I always focus on how to generate income fast because I'm mindful of my client's cash flow. So when I get hired by my client to do funnels for them, I'm not thinking about having to start at the beginning. I think about, okay, how do I get them revenue as soon as possible? Because that way they are able to, one, cover my cost, but two, there's a win-win-win because they need to start seeing income right away. Like that's the reason why they hired me. Like my sole purpose is to bring income. And so if I were to start at the acquaintance level, like if you think about it, if it takes someone 1 month to go from acquaintance to friend, another month from friend to dating, another month from dating to marriage, how many months need to go by before you start getting paying customers, right? This is at minimum 3 months. And this is just hypothetically speaking here. So what I like to focus on is, remember the feast or famine story? Well, I'm constantly thinking about the runway. Do clients want to wait 3 months paying me my fee, paying for ad spend till they get their first, sale? That's rarely the case. They really just want to be like, okay, Connie, what can you do for us? How can you bring us extra income? And that's where I love this quote that I got from my friend James. And he says, so what is the smallest action to get the biggest impact? And basically what that is that you start with your friends and your dating audience. And let's take a step back here. With any business that you have, let's go back in time to, maybe you're selling candy for your high school sports team, or maybe Girl Scout cookies. What do they teach you to do first? They teach you to go to your friends and family, right? They teach you to go to your warm and your hot audience. So as you're starting out as a business, as a coach or speaker or trainer, reach out to your network and see how you can help the people who already know you and already like you. Let's not start with the people who don't even know your name, let alone like if they haven't decided if they liked you or not. So, that's a much longer process to go through. And so if you're thinking, well, I don't really have anything, I'm like, no, let's really take an inventory of what you have. You might have things that you don't even realize are your assets. So do you have an email list? However big or small, do you have a list? Do you have a Facebook group? Or are you part of one, or can you co-host one? Do you have a following on social media, on whatever it is, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn? Do you have a platform where maybe you have a book that you're selling, a podcast, a YouTube channel, or maybe you have partnerships? Maybe you have relationships with people who have these things. There are so many ways for you to tap into your warm and hot if you really just stop and take inventory of what you have. So going back to the assets that we've all established we all have.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the marketer's journey. So you saw how the customer journey was this up stepping ladder. The way I view a marketer's journey is a circle. It really doesn't matter where you start. You just have to have all 3 sections covered to have a complete system. And so I broke it down into the 3 R's, which is reach, which is similar to your cold audience, recapture, which is similar to your warm audience. You're recapturing them to have them come back, and reactivate, taking your existing customers and bringing them back.
So what'd you think? Wasn't it an interesting spin on a traditional value ladder? It's something I was already doing in my head, but it was another thing to actually verbalize it and to put it into a PowerPoint, let alone just to be able to put to words why I do what I do. Because a lot of times I'm just doing it in my head when I'm working with my clients, And it wasn't until I started to really think about what I do that might be a little bit different that could make a bigger impact for a lot of my clients. And so I hope that this new concept of like the marketer's journey was interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like content like this, I would love if you could like, subscribe, leave me a comment or even a question. I'd be happy to answer any questions in regards to any of the things that I talk about in any of my videos. So stay tuned for the next video.